Hey, bro, this guy, yo, did you guys think about this? Every time I get up, I just got a Paul George jersey last year. As soon as I get Paul George jersey, gone from the Clippers.
Oh, you got a bias here in jersey? I'm about to say.
Welcome back to the KhanKast, brand new episode of Contenders or Pretenders, featuring today's team, the New York Knicks. And again, we have our special guest, Farhan, coming in.
We're back at it.
Let's go right into it. The Knicks are sitting third in the East, and there have been a lot of concerns with the team's defensive abilities and losing to playoff contending teams. I don't think they actually won a game against the top winning teams right now. Mitchell Robinson has made his return Friday night against the Grizzlies, so that's going to be a great start of some help for the defensive side for them. To start it off, are the Knicks Are the Knicks going to be finals contenders, or are they just pretenders for yet another season?
Remember, you want to take us away? And they got some hot takes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as much as I've
novel.
Go ahead.
If you cut me up one more time. As much as I love seeing the Knicks play since they got Jalen Brunson, with teammates in the past that they have Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Dante DiVincenzo, and many more. They've added better pieces as in receiving Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, and current players before such as OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart. Their team offensively is the fourth, been great. They're fourth ranking in offensive rating and top 5 team in points per game. We know their offense can ball out and get it going on a nightly basis, but without Mitchell Robinson from the beginning of the season to now at the 5, who's known to be getting a lot of rebounds per game, especially offensive rebounds a game, who can box out, get a lot of blocks, and lock down the paint. They've defensively struggled a lot without him, and it must be really great having him back. Working, and he'll eventually work his way to the starting lineup. It's been a struggle for the Knicks. That is their main missing piece defensive wise, and with Karl Anthony Towns going to move back to the 4, it'll definitely help them out a lot as well too. It's just one of the things that makes the Knicks playoff pretenders. But here's another crazy stat. Their starter minutes are at the top of the league, which is an average of 180.5 minutes per game, which equals to be 36 minutes per player in the starting lineup.
We're talking about that.
Yeah, we were just mentioning about them losing to the top teams. So they've lost all their games to the top 3 teams in the league: Boston, Cleveland, and OKC. They are currently 0-7 against them. If you want to be playoff contenders, make it to the finals, you got to beat these teams, no questions asked. The record may look impressive on paper, but when you really look into this team in real depth, they're not really doing well defensively. They rank dead last in opponents' 3-point field goal percentage, and the Cavs and Celtics are at the top of 3-point field goal percentages in the league. They're 0-7 versus the top 3 teams and 39-13 versus all others. I mean, it was a great win over the Grizzlies last night with OG hitting game-winning shot, and which was a big win for them. Great game from start to finish. I mean, my mind may change as the season progresses with Mitchell Robinson returning to help out with defensive purposes. But once he makes his way back into the 5 and their defense improves, I'm gonna probably change my mind and say they can be potential finals contenders.
They just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah,
bro.
it'll be a whole different conversation I'm gonna have. And imagine Tom Thibodeau is a defensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
But they haven't shown that all year at all. Don't let their record fool you. Don't let the amount of points that they score on a nightly basis. They don't have that fight to compete in them. Losing Hartenstein was
Damn.
That's rough.
Yeah, losing Hartenstein was definitely a big blow to them. And but
Yeah,
but
you
this
hurt my feelings right now, bro.
but this team's
Me and you
this year was not better than last year's team. Last year's team was better than this
What?
year.
Oh my
Crazy.
God.
That last year's team was so much tougher.
That's it.
Last year's team was way
Now we
tougher.
have every right to cut you off.
No. Last year's team was way tougher.
I listened to you just
Offensively-
talk about it so bad. Just
We're not
talk, bro.
hugging that.
This guy hurt my feelings so
Imran
much.
hates New York more than he hates the Lakers.
He goes there like 4 times a year.
I know I got a Pacers hat on right now.
How can
I
you?
would
How can you say that they're better?
It just matches
This
the
team,
fit.
last year's team was so much better defensively. They were way tougher than
I'm talking
last
about
year.
overall.
This team,
Last year's team had way better players, apart from KAT.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely. They
Mikal
were,
Bridges and
Bridges.
does it help?
he's
yeah,
big.
he does help, but I'm talking about defensive wise. They were more
He's
stronger.
one of the best two-way players.
Yeah, but they
game.
were much better defensive wise last year. I'm gonna tell you that.
I'm sorry, you take it away. Yo. You love the Knicks. I'm sorry, loves the Knicks.
Yeah, I do, man. They have a special place in my heart,
Yeah.
but they always choke, bro.
And you're getting mad at me.
I'm not getting mad at you.
You're getting-
I get mad at you because you said that they have a better team last year. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know.
Jeez.
They were one of my. Remember on the other video I was
Yeah.
talking about them being one of my surprise teams of the year.
Yeah.
I know you're talking shit about them, huh? Jesus.
I ain't talking. I'm stating what's the facts.
No.
All right, let's hear what we have to say from our special guest.
Wait, but one more thing.
Oh,
Let me hear.
They can do well. They just have to remain healthy, bro.
Yeah.
That's their problem. Is one guy gets hurt, this guy has an issue, this guy's tired.
Yeah, OG's winning out, KAT's winning out,
Right.
Mitchell Robinson's winning out.
It's hard for them to.
Tips is tiring these guys. Oh, that's the problem.
But the thing about it is who else is going to play?
let's hear from our special guest of the.
I still think they'll put up some solid numbers, but the fact that they've lost to top seeded teams, especially playoff teams too, is definitely a concern. But I feel like if they get a couple of chopped cheese in them, they should be fine. no question with that.
Hit the off cup real quick.
Exactly.
I think I'm totally I don't agree with him at all. I think actually the Knicks are just as much chance to make the finals. I think the Knicks, first of all, Imran talked about the minutes. In the playoffs, everybody's rotations get shortened to 7 or 8 players. You don't need 8, 9,
7 players. They're going
7 players.
Always that.
So everybody in the playoffs are playing 37 plus minutes, especially the starters. Second of all, I think the Knicks have everything that you think about when you talk about a championship team. They got one of the most clutchest players in Jalen Brunson. We've seen him take over fourth quarters. He had a big game in the fourth quarter against the Sixers a couple days ago. It was big against the Grizzlies last night. So he's that guy to play in the clutch in the playoffs.
For sure.
They've got 2 of the best on-ball defenders in the league in OG and Mikal Bridges. That's going to match up against any team.
For sure.
Any team's top 2 guys, I can take Mikal Bridges and OG to be my 2 guys to pick against them.
They're my concern with them too is they don't have a star.
Huh?
Like an elite star.
Jalen Brunson,
I would consider him a star.
I don't consider him
How about Cat?
elite.
What about Cat?
Cat's definitely
Elite.
elite.
You think he's
Cat's
an
elite.
he
star?
could be the best scorer.
No, those guys are they're stars. They're not superstars. These guys
Yeah,
are
some backup at least.
all year.
Yeah, you mentioned about the starter minutes going up in the playoffs. So what's happening with the Knicks now in the regular season? Like all the other teams, they're well balanced with their starter minutes.
That's the thing. They don't have the
But
guys.
also, we're only a month away from the playoffs. Teams
Yeah.
are going to start shortening their rotations from now,
Yeah, and that hence me saying
right?
that's why hopefully they don't get
Yeah.
hurt.
But they're in a comfortable position to not even need to play those
That-
crazy minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, you still want to play for a
What-
good seed
what place
spot,
are they in?
but
Third.
They're not.
they're not dropping down to like 8-3.
No, definitely not.
They're not dropping the fourth.
They'll get the home court first round.
Yeah, they're that first.
Like the Knicks have it. Like I was saying, they have everything a championship needs. Elite clutch scoring, on-ball defenders. They've even got like with Robinson coming back. They've got the size at KAT playing power forward and Robinson at center to match up with any big lineup. They can go small ball. They can play big. They've got every piece of a championship team that you need. I know I'm going to talk about a superstar, but Jalen Brunson is going to be that guy that can score in the clutch. And also, KAT has been a guy who's averaging 24 points on some of his most efficient shooting in his whole career. So I think the Knicks are just complete in everything that you need in a championship.
This is Cat's best year as a player, too.
I agree.
So I'm going to take the Knicks. I'm not going to take them over the Celtics or anything like that. But I do think that they have a good shot to take the Celtics 6 or 7 games at any season.
Yeah, I still believe in the Knicks.
They'll still make.
I still do, but
They'll still put those superstars.
It doesn't sound like it.
I said my mind will change when defense starts playing better.
Listen,
There you go.
You
You're not wrong. He
can't play the Hawks and allow 148 points. And
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, based off what we've talked about today, it doesn't sound like you have a lot of confidence in the Knicks. So we talked about in the last video, right? Why I said the Cavs could make the finals because they're a complete ball team. Everybody plays their part, they play their role, and that's led to the team's success. I think New York, when healthy, they can do the exact same thing because they're a full team taking it. It's not like, for example, I know I said the Lakers as well, but it's not like 2 guys running the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I want to go into a quick little closeout before we get into this. Same segment as last time. Do we think the Knicks are beating these guys in the series?
All right,
Let's go already. All right. Cleveland Cavaliers. Are the Knicks gonna beat them or not?
No.
No.
That's tough. That's 7.
That's
7.
That's a 7, and let me be biased because God bless New York. Bro, New York, yeah.
all right, bet.
I'm just saying 7.
7 and
You
1.
said Cleveland didn't win the chip.
Cleveland's gonna make the finals.
What do you think?
I think New York's going to take it.
Over Cleveland?
What do you think?
I think it's going to go to Game 7, but
I think there's plenty. You know why?
If it's at home in MSG,
But they're not going to be home.
They're not going to get home.
Oh yeah, they won't.
They won't.
Number one.
I'm gonna take Cleveland. Boston.
It's Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
They can't beat Boston.
They can't beat Boston.
Can't be Boston.
Boston.
No. Boston. All right, everyone sweep across the
Can't beat
board.
Boston.
Do we think they're gonna beat the Milwaukee Bucks?
They can't beat the
No,
Bucks.
they
either.
can't.
They can't.
Those are my two teams. They can't
Giannis
beat
is too
the
strong.
I think they could.
They cannot beat Milwaukee.
I don't think they can beat.
Giannis is way too strong.
Yeah.
Brook
Okay.
Lopez.
Every other team they could beat. I
Next,
think.
team on my
I believe.
hat. What do you think about Indiana
Smoke.
Pacers?
You know what? Last year the Pacers beat them,
Yeah,
and I think the Pacers can still beat them again this year.
Not New York.
I think the
I'm taking New York over the Pacers.
I think
I'm taking New York.
I think the Pacers can. Beat
I'm only rocking the Pacers hat because
So go with the- let's go
Imran
with
said
the-
it looked good with the fit. So
Ah, but
It's
it's
an even blue,
Indiana, you know.
yeah, shout out Indiana. Okay, we'll get into one more team before we finish out. Obviously, the super hot Detroit Pistons.
Like I said, Nick.
Knicks will beat them.
Knicks will beat them.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
No doubt.
Sounds good, yeah.
Cool.
That's my little segment there.
I like the segment. Let me
Yeah,
know if we
man.
should do more of these with like other sports and like other leagues.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, guys, thanks again for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. This is a cool little series, I guess we're doing for a few teams that we think could be contenders or pretenders. But again, thanks for all the support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and follow us on Instagram with latest news and reels from maybe our little funny moments of the podcast that we like to share. But yeah, guys, thanks again for watching. Thank you again to our special guest.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, and take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Yep.